welcome back to another episode. So, I feel like I want to talk about this. I feel like I need to talk about this because stop messing with the table, Jaden. Thank you. So I know Comic Book Cast has talked about this. Grace Randolph has been talking about this. Good YouTube channels. Hope you guys check them out. But I feel like as a nerd, because clearly I have no sense of style, but nerdiness. I feel like I want I want the X-Men to make their first MCU debut. Now there's some ways you can do this. You can make it as if Wolverine doesn't. I mean, you can make it as if you can go the more old-fashioned way where Professor X erased the X-Men out of existence. You can make it as if they were a part of another universe. And WandaVision just says no more mutants. Or you could make it as if the other WandaVision or Scarlet Witch, not WandaVision, Scarlet, the Fox version of X-Men just wiped the X-Men out of the MCU existence, and then they come back, type of thing. It's been done before, in comics. It's been done in the shows, in the cartoon shows. It's been done numerous times. Now the tricky part is doing a Dark Phoenix saga justice. I mean, we've seen it done numerous times, and it just doesn't work in movie form. Now, I don't mind part 3. I kind of liked Apocalypse, to be honest. I really liked Apocalypse. Come at me in the comments for liking Apocalypse. I didn't see Dark Phoenix yet, but from what I understand, it tanked in the box office. But it's understandable why it tanked in the box office, because Disney wanted their main focus was in Endgame, so that was a big focus, and that's kind of why it tanked in the box office. So good move on Disney's part, but also bad move on their part, because of things. Now we know that Endgame events takes place in 2018, right? Then we jump 5 years ahead to 2023, which isn't that far off. But if Endgame is takes place in the year 2023, and Days of Future Past takes place in the year 2023. Why is the events of Logan set in the year 2024? I mean, the year 2029, but we don't get any mention of. We don't get any mention of what's been going on. We don't get any mention of the previous X-Men. All we do get is some references to the comics, to the previous movies, and so on and so forth.
No, let me on him. I want to talk.
God. I'm doing something. You don't need to be all up in my business every single time. Sheesh. Love you, but gotta let me do my own thing, okay? No, I'm not putting the TV on right now. But Jaden, calm it down. I'm not putting it on right now. I'm doing something. Sorry about that. So.
No, you need to eat first.
So, I feel like it would make sense to, if they made it look like the X-Men were always a part of the MCU, but we didn't notice, you know? Because if you guys seen the clip of that, like, alternate ending of Iron Man that's been circling the nerds of YouTube, you know that Nick Fury says between with radioactive with assorted mutants, keyword assorted mutants. He didn't say what kind of mutants, he just said assorted. Big difference. Maybe implying X-Men, the X-Men, well, we already know, and assume that he was talking about the X-Men. So, assorted mutants, gamma radiation, bug bites, Spider-Man, and the Hulk / Fantastic Four, because they are mutants. We all know that mutants is the mutant population is a very, very big deal in Marvel Comics. I'm a Marvel comic fanboy. Love Marvel Comics. I'm a huge Wolverine fan. Huge Wolverine fan, by the way. Like, my obsession with Wolverine is, like, really, really bad. But no, I kid. But on all seriousness, I just want them to make even though this is just probably most likely rumors at this point, and not much is going on in with the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the MCU. All I know is it's it's a messy time for like the MCU and all that stuff. But all I know is Grace Randolph said that Disney Plus is putting or has put you can have the X-Men icons on Disney Plus. So that's a plus. I know who I'm picking. I'm picking Wolverine as my icon once I get Disney Plus back because of reasons. But I'm excited because I'm a Disney. I love Disney. I love comics. I love comic book movies, comic book shows. I do a lot about comics. This is a nerdy channel. A very nerdy channel. I love movies. I love TV shows. I love all that stuff. Now, there's a lot of ways you could do this. There's a lot of ways. You can have one version of Scarlet Witch say no more mutants, or whisper the iconic phrase, no more mutants. And then the new Scarlet Witch, played by Emily Olsen, I believe that's her name, Emily Olsen. Emily Olsen. Yeah, I think that's Emily Olsen. I don't know. Yeah, one of the Olsen, younger siblings, the Olsen twins' younger sister. I believe it's Emily Olsen. Anyways, who's been killing it in Hollywood lately? She's a really good Scarlet Witch, not gonna lie. It's just her Scarlet Witch is more underutilized than whatnot. But I'm excited for her Disney Plus TV show. So that's a plus. So you can have the new Scarlet Witch bring them back, or make them like, or make it look like the government put something in the air to make people forget that the mutants were a thing and are a thing. That, oh my god, that's what we should do. That's what Kevin Feige could do. Make it look like the X-Men were always a part of the MCU, but the government wiped our memories so that we don't remember the X-Men being a part of the MCU. Ha! Oh, that's a clever idea. I'm a genius. I'm pretty sure nobody's ever gonna... I'm pretty sure that nobody's gonna agree with me or like the idea, but it is, you gotta admit, it is a pretty clever idea. Like, if it wasn't for the X-Men and Spider-Man, then we wouldn't really necessarily have the MCU without them. Even though Blade was the one of the best, and the Crow, which is a very good Marvel comic book movie. May Brandon Lee rest in peace. But yeah, even though that movie is a whole nother topic, because there's literally nobody better than Brandon Lee. And if you do let me just stop you there, because let me just talk about why it's hard to do the Crow movie without Brandon Lee. Just for a quick sec, because I feel like this needs to be discussed. Now, there were, if my memory serves me correct, there were talks about doing a reboot of The Crow. Now, it's a good idea, don't get me wrong, but it just wouldn't be the same, you know? Because there will be it will be noticeable. It will be noticeable between the two versions that we have, if it ever comes back around. Because one, it is Brandon Lee's last movie, and they would seriously need someone who can harness Brandon Lee's physique, his fighting style, because he was trained by his father. And that's gonna be tricky to do. So I don't know. But anyways, let me just get back in the zone. Let me get back into the zone of talking about the X-Men. Alright, so now we know that Endgame takes place in two decades, or two years. We have 2018, and we have 2023. Days of Future Past. 2023 and 1973. 2 decades. 1 movie. And Apocalypse 83. Where Weapon X, Wolverine, from the iconic comic book from the same name, does give Wolverine the best freaking look I can possibly see, or know. And it was one of Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine cameos, because he was in quite a few cameos in his day, or as his role as Wolverine. But what does this mean for what would I like, is the thing, for the X-Men and the ongoing Avengers team. solo and solo and team up films. What I would love to do, what I would love Kevin Feige to do, because he canceled all the Jeff Loeb Marvel stuff that is kind of a part of the all phase 3 is a part of phase 3, but technically kinda is a part of phase 3, just saying. So I would want, okay, why am I talking about this? You may be wondering, even though I am ranting. I'm talking about this because there are talks about the X-Men coming into the MCU much faster. So I'm excited for it. And so even though we are in the year 2023, excuse me, in both movies, or both franchises, X-Men and Marvel, Fox Universe, and like the MCU universe, or Disney / Fox now. I don't know if that makes sense. But if they do, I believe the best way to do this is start with a Hulk versus Wolverine, either TV show or a movie. So that could be interesting. Now, a movie might be better to do with Hulk versus Wolverine. But if they go the TV route, that might be tricky, because the fight scene will just keep going on and on. So I feel like a movie would be better to do within the world. Bring Hugh Jackman back and make Wolverine. Have Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine, right? And set his Wolverine in the year 2024. So give it about 5 more years, and he dies by X-24, which he's been dead. Which has been done in the comics before. And then let's see how that movie goes first. And then another 17, 20 years, bring another person. Do Wolverine versus Daken. Have Wolverine face Daken a year later, in the year 2025, and then another year later, introduce James Hudson. James Hudson. We need James Hudson in the MCU. I want to audition for my James Hudson right now. I'm cut my hair. I'm going to cut my hair to make sure I look like James Hudson in his first run, or when he was introduced with the short hair and
Listen. Stop.
the short hair, the shortish hair. Because I know I can play James Hudson. I love James Hudson. I love Weapon X. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can play pretty good James Hudson. If you guys don't know who James Hudson is, he's Wolverine's son. He's one of many Wolverine's sons, and he does join the X-Men like his dad. Well, all of Wolverine's kids do join the X-Men in one shape or form. But his longest rivalry is with his son, Daken. Or however you pronounce his name. There's many ways you pronounce his name. Daken, I pronounce it Daken, or Daken. And, I mean, there's a really good Wolverine, actor in Bad in the Sun, so maybe he could be the next Wolverine after Hugh Jackman, because I love watching, I don't know who they have as, who plays, I don't know who Aaron and his father has, who plays Wolverine in when they do, Superpower Beatdown, because those are really awesome. I love the Superpower Beatdowns and the fight scenes in those stuff. But yeah, have that guy be the next Wolverine, because he is a really good Wolverine actor. I am not lying. He could literally be the next Wolverine actor after Hugh Jackman. I mean, I would love to see that happen. Like, Jaden, get Dory out of the camera. Thank you. Really? Come on.
Hi.
Stop.
My name is Dory, and I like some cake.
So if we get his version of Wolverine, if we get the Bad in the Sun actor as the next MCU or the next Wolverine, which I would be glad for because I really like that guy. Make his character continue the legacy that is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So I'm just saying, I know I've talked about this on my Facebook when I do Facebook Lives. Well, I have two Facebooks, so like a double Facebook Live. So yeah, I can't wait to see the X-Men, Wolverine, Daken, X-23, and everybody else a part of this universe. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm happy for the X-Men finally home. The X-Men are finally home. Stoked. Pumped. Get your X claws out. Put your arms up and make an X. It's Team X. Team X-Men, baby. Let's get that. Let's get that Hulk versus Wolverine or Wolverine versus Hulk movie. Please, Kevin Feige. Please, Kevin Feige. Let's get that bad boy made. Because we know that Hugh Jackman has said he would love to interact with the Avengers, Hulk, and that could be an introduction. That could be a rock solid good introduction to the X-Men. We know that the X-Men are being talked about. We do know that the X-Men have been making headway, and some stuff has been noticeable. People have been talking about, Grace Randolph mentioned that they might make X-Men solo TV shows and solo movies, and it's not a bad idea. First character could be the first introduction to the X-Men being introduced could be Wolverine. I'm stoked. I'm pumped. I want this to happen. And what better way for the X-Men to make their debut by starting with everybody's favorite not everybody's favorite X-Men. I mean, my favorite X-Men, Wolverine. Wolverine could be the exceptional.
Oh God, Jaden, I don't know what you guys did to the TV.
Could be an exceptional launching point for the X-Men.
The only
just
thing
saying.
I can get on is Netflix.
So bada bing, bada boom. Let's get that bad boy started. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys so far. Thanks for watching me rant on about what I want to happen. So, that said, please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks.